Steak frite might be the ultimate bistro menu dish, but in reality, that simple dish took a lot of hands to put it on your dining table. You had the line cook making their steak, you have the fry cook cooking the fries, and then someone had to make the sauce. So if you try to make steak frite at home, it can get really overwhelming. I'm going to show you a streamlined version that's going to take steak frite to your table in 30 minutes. We're going to make a really flavorful compound butter. It starts with 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and this should be nice and soft and mashable. That's a technical culinary term, mashable. So I'm just using a fork to break it up a little bit. You don't want it to be melted. Just plain butter on a steak is good, but we're going to add some flavor. I've got 1 clove of garlic that I've grated into a nice fine paste, easier to incorporate. I have a tablespoon of minced parsley, and this is where you can really change up the flavors if you wish. Tarragon would be nice in here, as would thyme or rosemary. I have a half a teaspoon of kosher salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. Now I have one more ingredient, and that is 1 shallot that I minced. And now I'll go back to my fork. And as I mash it, I'm actually breaking down the shallot even more, getting more flavor into the butter. Just gonna set that aside for now. Let us move on to the frite part of steak frite. We're using Yukon Gold potatoes here today instead of russet potatoes. Russet potatoes are usually the go-to for French fries, but Yukon Golds are a little less starchy. They've got great flavor, and they're going to hold on to their structure a bit more. Now, you want to make the potato nice and safe, and we also want to square off the edges. Just get rid of about a 1/4 inch off of each of the long sides here. That also took care of a lot of peeling. You don't have to worry about that. And any edges that have some peel on it are absolutely fine. So now, in order to get 1/4 inch batons, we're going to start making our first cuts into planks. We're going to make 1/4 inch planks. And you can totally take your time to do this. But you can see with that nice straight bottom, it's a lot safer to cut a potato. So now, it's up to you. If you're just starting off using your knife, you might want to do these one at a time. As you get faster, you can stack a few planks on top of each other. But all you need to do is work your knife across to make 1/4 inch batons, just like that. All right, so that looks great. Now let's move over to our Dutch oven, which is empty. There's no preheated oil in there. We're using a cold oil to start our French fries. And that's going to allow them to cook through a little bit more evenly before they really start to brown on the outside. This is just 1 fry all the way through. But we are going to need some oil. And I've got 6 cups of peanut oil. Peanut oil has a beautiful, clean flavor. We love it for fries, but you could use vegetable or canola oil here. And this is half of what you would usually use. So by using this cold oil method, we can get away with using half the oil. Fries go in. And I should note that we didn't rinse the fries at all. You don't want to rinse them underwater or get them wet, because wet fries in oil, sooner or later, will start popping at you. I'm going to stir these together. And now I'm going to turn the heat to high underneath that pot. And we want the oil to come up to a vigorous simmer, and that's going to take about 5 minutes. That is vigorously boiling. Now comes the hardest part, to leave it alone. We're not going to stir this. We don't want to break up those potatoes, but we're going to let them bubble away for 15 minutes. And the oil, since it started at room temperature, is not going to go too high, so we don't really have to worry about the fries burning. But we do have to worry about cooking some steak. So while the fries are going, I want to heat up a little bit of oil. I've got a tablespoon of vegetable oil. You could use peanut oil, canola oil. I'm going to turn the heat to medium-high and let that oil heat until it's really shimmering and you start to see a few wisps of smoke. In the meantime, let's talk about steak. These are 2 1-pound strip steaks. They're about 1.5 inches thick. Now I need to do a little bit of trimming. I want to get rid of this extra little muscle here. Any scraps should go into a bag, put in your freezer, and you can pull it out and make a nice beef stock. Now to make 4 portions from these steaks, just going to cut it crosswise, and I am going to leave quite a bit of this fat on. In fact, I'm going to leave it all on because it's going to baste the steak and just make everything taste better. So same thing here. And now we kind of have little mock tenderloins, or little mock fillets, and actually the sirloin cut in France is called the contrefilet, so opposite of the fillet. So all I need to do is pat these dry with paper towels and season both sides with salt and pepper. Seasoning the surfaces of meat is kind of like brushing your teeth. You only have to brush the ones that you want to keep. Just season the areas you want to taste good. All right, so I'm seeing smoke and some shimmering going on here in the skillet. That is hot enough for us to start adding the steak and cooking. Well, that's a good sign. You love to hear it. All right, it's been 2 minutes. Let's take a look at that first side. Oh yeah, we're seeing some good color there. So I am going to continue cooking these steaks, flipping them every 2 minutes, building up that crust. And because these steaks are so thick, that can take up to 12 minutes. But what's more important is I'm going to look for 125 degrees right in the center of those steaks. Okay, so I'm going to check and see if the temp is around 125, 126. I'll take it. All right, these are ready to come out of the skillet. I've turned the heat off. Oh, so I'm going to put these on my serving platter. It's very bistro-y. And now, bring in that compound butter. I'm going to dollop spoonfuls on top of the steak. Make sure everybody gets enough there. So the steaks need to rest. Just tent that, and we're going to let those rest for 10 minutes. Now these have been cooking for 15 minutes, and now I can go in with a pair of tongs and give them a gentle stir. I don't want to break them up too much here. And we're going to let these continue to cook until they're nice and golden brown. You can actually hear them be very crisp, and that's going to take 7 to 10 minutes. It's all about timing. What a difference 10 minutes can make. Look at how beautiful these fries are. Oh, and you can hear them. They're crispy, crunchy. Time to get them out of the oil, because I can't wait another minute. And I'm putting them on a triple layer of paper towels just to absorb any excess oil. But the beauty of the cold oil method is less fat is absorbed into the potatoes. All right, good seasoning with salt. Good to use kosher salt here. You can use sea salt flakes, but use plenty. One of the worst culinary sins is an unseasoned French fry. All right, it's time to eat. We've got our beautiful steaks here. Again, they were resting for 10 minutes. You can see that the compound butter has started to melt. It's mixed with the juices from the steak. And of course, a nice helping of fries. I mean, doesn't that look gorgeous? It's time to tuck in. Beautiful color, still nice and juicy. Gorgeous. The crust on that is so well developed too. So now, a little bit of my French fry here, my frites. They're unbelievably crisp, and they're almost like a baked potato on the inside, really fluffy. And when no one's looking, you go into the platter. This great restaurant dish can be made at home, and it's all about timing. Start the fries cooking in room temperature oil. Meanwhile, saute thick strip steaks and then dollop them with a flavored butter. Let the fries simmer until crisp, and dinner is served. So from Cook's Country, a dinner worthy of chez vous, easy steak frite. Thanks for watching Cook's Country from America's Test Kitchen. So what'd you think?
Leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or just say hi.
Now you can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
Alligator.